Hello all and welcome to the pre-market report by Invesfinc. In today's video, we will share the outlook on Nifty, Sensex, Banknifty and FINNIFTY for 27th May 2025. In addition to this, we will also share the trending stocks from today's trade. So stick with us until the end of the video to know about the stocks. Before we jump onto the details, have a quick look at the disclaimer. Now let's begin with the analysis on Nifty. So we are at the Nifty 50 daily chart. So as you could see, today market had closed on a positive note by jumping 148 points, roughly around 0.60%. So overall Nifty has closed at the major crucial level of 25,000, which is also a round figure. Now if you look from the previous day's trade, we have already been positive, and then today also we opened gap up and sustained that gap up and approached towards the previous highs of around 25,176 odd levels. So today Nifty had given a high of 25,079 odd levels. From there we saw roughly around 80 points sell off that had come in intraday trade. Now the expectation for the tomorrow would be, in case if Nifty opens on a positive note even tomorrow as a gap up opening, or maybe towards these same levels of 25,000 and continues that positive momentum, then we are headed towards the up move of 25,300 and 400 levels. So this is the same zone from where we started the sharp sell off coming in. Now in case if we close above 25,200 odd levels, then we will extremely be becoming bullish, because this is the sharp zone from where we had seen this sell off coming in. And since there is no further resistance on the higher levels, there would be significant up move that could come in. Now since there is also a monthly or weekly expiry for Nifty, so we might trade in a range bound kind of scenario, and once this monthly expiry gets over, then we can see a significant up move further. So overall for us, for tomorrow's trade, if above 25,000 levels it sustains and trades above that zone, then it is bullish. In case if we start seeing close below the yesterday's high, or trading below the yesterday's high, and then trading in the range of 24,900, which was the low of today, to 25,000 odd levels, then we might fall into a consolidation kind of phase. Suppose if we fall below 24,900 odd levels, then that becomes a negative kind of trend, and towards the expiry we might see Nifty coming in towards 24,500 to 600 odd levels, from where we saw this significant up move coming in. Now let's jump onto open interest. So open interest sees a tug of war kind of situation at 25,000 odd levels. So as you could see, there is a open interest positions added even on the call side for 25,000 strike, and even roughly around 50,000 open interest positions got added from the put writers. So there is going to be a stiff challenge between both the writers on put side as well as on call side. So for us, the range to trade would be around 24,800 towards 24,300 odd levels primarily. If we see Nifty closing beyond any of these parallel zones, then we might head towards positive momentum if it closes above 25,300 odd levels. Else if we would trade in a range bound kind of scenario until 24,800 breaks. Overall on the PCR, it is one which stands quite bullish and positive. At the money is 0.83, which is again positive. Now from the Sensex perspective. So Sensex has also opened gap up, and then it sustained that gap up. So it has also approached the previous highs of around 82,600 to 500 odd levels. So today it was very close towards 82,500 odd levels, and there was a positive jump of around 455 points from previous day's close. So Sensex had also jumped 0.56% and closed at 82,176 odd levels. Now the next immediate target would be 82,500 odd levels, from where we saw this sharp sell off for almost like 4 or 5 trading sessions. Now if we cross beyond that, then we are expected to move towards 84,000 levels on the higher side. So this is the zone where we would spend maximum amount of time, is what we anticipate, because from this zone we had significantly seen the sell off coming in. So this would be a broader range for us in the coming weeks, or the entire month of June, from the 82,000 range to 84,500 to 85,000 odd levels. On the downside, the support would be coming in at 81,000 odd levels, from where we saw this up move coming in. Now let's see from the perspective of open interest. So open interest seems to be sluggish on Sensex. So as you could see, there is similar kind of open interest positions from the put writer side, which acts as a strong support, and we could see similar kind of levels from where the call writers on the higher side have been selling. So at 84,000 odd levels, we see significant open interest positions got built up. Similarly at 84,500 odd, so which is quite far away. Maybe we may not approach in the tomorrow's expiry. So tomorrow's expiry for Sensex is expected to be range bound, uh, in the range of 81,500 to 82,700 odd levels primarily. So this is roughly around 1200 points in which range we might trade. And tomorrow's trading session most probably is going to be much calm, because we have already seen 2 positive days. But yes, immediately once we cross 82,500 odd levels, then we would see significant pressure getting built up from the put writers. However, we do not see a lot of open interest additions at or beyond 82,300 odd levels. So overall, we might trade in this 1200 range for tomorrow's trading session. So PCR definitely looks positive. It is trading 0.9 overall and 0.7 at the money. Bank Nifty, however, was not that bullish compared to the major indices as Nifty and Sensex. So we see a indecisive kind of candle which Bank Nifty had made. So overall, Bank Nifty closed 173 points up, 0.31 percentage, and closed at 55,572 odd levels. Though there was a positive momentum in the morning that had come in, but immediately that was sold off. So now the next positive move would only come when we cross 55,875 levels, which was the high as of today. So this is the same zone or level from where the Nifty had made the all-time highs, and then the sell-off had come. And we have been trading in a quite range bound kind of scenario for almost plenty of trading sessions. So once we cross beyond this box, then we would see a significant up move coming in. So overall, our positive trades should be once we cross the previous 52-week high of around 56,000 odd levels. So even at the lower levels, if we start trading below 54,800 odd levels, from where we saw this significant up move from for last 3 to 4 trading sessions, once we cross below 54,800, then this would cancel this positive momentum, and we would start trading in this particular range. If we further break down, then there is sell off that is expected to come in. But for at least this monthly expiry, this may not be something probable one. So overall, even Nifty has closed in a positive momentum. From the perspective of open interest, so open interest seems to be quite skewed on Bank Nifty, and the trading range is simple, 56,000 on the higher side, and then the support comes at 55,000 on the lower end. So if we break either of these zones, then we would see a significant either up move once we cross beyond 56,000 levels, or a down move once we cross below 55,000 odd levels. But yes, there is a significant support at 55,000 watt levels, which seems to be unlikely to break, at least for the monthly expiry. On PCR front, it is trading at 0.8, which is positive, and at the money is 0.774, which is again positive. Lastly, on the FINNIFTY. So FINNIFTY compared to Banknifty had been, much positive, and we have already been headed towards approaching the previous 52-week high of 26,800 odd levels. Once we start trading about 26,800 levels, then that would be acting as a strong 26,700 would be acting as a strong support, and then the next further leg of up move would come from this zone. So today also FINNIFTY approached towards 26,724 odd levels, and then from there we saw roughly around 120 kind of points of sell off. Now in tomorrow's trading session, if we open positive and start trading above the previous, meaning to say today's high of 24,720 odd levels, then that would act as a positive trend, and for tomorrow's trading session we would continue the positive momentum if it starts trading above those levels. In case if we trade range bound, then this expiry is expected to be in the range of 24,400 odd levels to 26,400 odd levels to 26,800, which was the all-time high. Now we also have been trading in this particular box from a very long time for FINNIFTY. Once we cross this particular box on the breakout side, then we might see further leg of up move coming in. Similarly, this overall trade would get cancelled if we start trading below 26,300 odd levels. So for us, the strong support should be 26,300 primarily. Now let's see from the perspective of open interest. So open interest also seems to be quite sluggish. So there is a good open interest positions built up at 26,700 odd levels, both from calls as well as put side. So even at 26,500 odd levels, we see a significant open interest got added from the put writers. So overall, this is the range where we would be seeing FINNIFTY trading. So 26,400 till 27,000 odd levels, provided if we cross 26,700 odd levels in this expiry. So overall 600 point of range is expected for this monthly expiry, which is just 3 days away. PCR stands at 0.9, which is bullish, and at the money PCR is also 0.85, which suggests strong as far as the open interest trades are concerned. Now moving on to our very important topic, the market participants, how they have made their transactions or trade today. So from the perspective of FIIs, they have been continuing with their short positions on index futures and hold 51,000 odd contracts. On the index options, there is no significant positions they have held. Both call options as well as put options have been nullified with the same kind of trades what they have taken. So no interest is being seen from the FIIs on index options. The proprietary traders, on the other hand, do not hold any significant positions on index futures. It is just 6,000 odd contracts long. On index options, they are long by 1.1 lakh contracts. So net, if you see on call side, they have taken long positions. However, on put side also, they have taken 66,000 odd contracts of long positions. That is when net 1.1 lakh they are holding long. So if in tomorrow's trading day, if we further continue with the up move, then it is the proprietary traders who would be benefiting. Now let's see from the perspective of clients or retailers. So retailers also held long positions on index futures to the tune of 58,000 contracts. On index options, they are net short by 64,000 contracts. So call options, they are short massively by 5.38 lakh contracts. So to cover or hedge those call options on short side, they have also taken long puts to the tune of 4.73 long 73 lakh contracts, 4.73 lakh contracts. So net they are short on put options. So overall their holdings is just 64,000 odd contracts. So on the cash markets, DIIs have significantly bought 1746 crore in the cash market, and FIIs have just merely bought 136 crores. However, both DIIs as well as FIIs have been holding long positions in the cash markets. Now we will jump on to the trending stocks. So Hadco was a stock which had closed roughly around 10 points and closed at 238 levels by jumping 4.60%. So last week, I believe there was a result announcement from Hadco, and it was a positive announcement. But despite that, we saw a sharp downfall coming in, and there was a kind of consolidation or range bound scenario that we had seen. And today, we significantly saw that overall short or the negative trades that it was taken because of the results has been knocked off, and it had closed with a sharp jump of 4.6%. Now we are at a very crucial zone, and this resistance have been there for Hadco for a very long time, from almost like 5 months now. We have touched this particular resistance twice. This level, this level, in fact thrice during the results announcement too. And today we closed at that particular level. Now tomorrow's trade is going to be very crucial for Hadco. If we start with a positive or a gap up opening, and then that gap up sustains, then we are headed towards a significant up move. The immediate first resistance for us is going to be 260 odd levels, and then the further resistance comes at 285 odd levels. So the overall results have been quite positive. The company substantially had jumped 34.33% year on year in terms of net profit. The overall quarterly profit ended at 700.16 crores, which is quite positive. And the overall FI 24 to 25 net profit had also impressively surged to 1016 crores, which stands at 45.66% from the previous financial year. So the results have definitely been robust, though on the result day the stock had underperformed, but we have been able to see that positive momentum coming back to the stock, and that is when it had closed quite bullish today. So the expectation is in the coming days this trend would continue on the long side. The another stock, trending stock, is Balkrishna. So Balkrishna had announced on 23rd the results, maybe towards the end of the day when the market had closed. And in fact, in today's market opening, we see the result pressure coming in on the stock. So the stock had plunged 168.2 points, closely 6.32%, and the stock closed at 2492 levels, which is a significant zone, because when we had plunged, the stock had reached to the levels of 2300 odd. From there we saw significant up move of around 110 points. Now this up move should sustain tomorrow. If we see further downfall coming in, then we are headed towards the immediate support from where we significantly saw that up move in the March. So we might approach towards that particular level, which is hardly 200 to 250 points from here. So overall, Balkrishna, in terms of results, was quite weak. The company reported standalone net profit of 362 crore for March quarter 2025. This was a steep 25% drop or a decline year on year basis compared to 483 crores in Q4 FY24. So this was a significantly below the market expectations. That is when the markets had reacted and we saw stock plunging to the lows, and we are now in a range, very broad range of roughly around 700 points. Now we are presently trading at the mid range of 2400 to 2500. If tomorrow we see there is a gap down, or maybe opening is at the same range, and then Balkrishna starts trading lower, then we are headed towards 22,250 odd levels in the coming days. So that's it from our side on today's market outlook and what we expect for tomorrow. So if you found this analysis insightful, please give this video a thumbs up and share it for the maximum reach. And ensure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon for daily episodes of pre-market from our end. So thanks for watching and trade wisely.